Okay, we're gonna fire up a new deck and play it, and I think it should be some fun. It's probably not quite what you expect, and it's funny that we had a talk just on stream about what I don't like about fling, because I think a lot of people would fling this deck. But we do not have fling. We have some interesting card choices, but this is where we're at. I call this deck the metal. It is a Grixis artifact-centric deck focused on comboing off with a card like Ravenous Intruder and sacrificing artifacts, making it huge. And then you can make it unblockable with Key to the City, or you can Chandras Ignite it, which I like better than flinging it. Let's see, other things in this deck, because I didn't want to build it solely around a 3-of combo, is we also have a little vehicle theme to get in some chip damage and make the opponent's life total easier to manage and punk out with our intruder or an ignition. We have cards like Unlicensed Disintegration. They're also good for that chip damage. We have Maverick Thopterist, which comes down really early in this deck. We have some Emerge shenanigans with Elder Deep Fiend, casting it off the Thopterist or off one of our vehicles or off a scrapheap scrounger. It also just gets hard cast a good amount, or cast for 7, I guess, sacking a token, a servo schematic token. That happens quite a bit with this deck. And then we go all the way upstairs to metalwork colossus, where, yeah, that's where hopefully we have one of those games where we play this for free out of nowhere on the opponent, and then Chandras ignite it and wipe their board and deal them 10, which is usually lethal, because then we can crew one of our vehicles to swing in for another 3 to 5 points, and that's usually enough because of all that chip damage that we get in there with unlicensed and vehicles and scrapheap scrounger and implement of combustion. So it's a fun deck. I hope it performs as admirably as I have on iOS. It's one of those things that I know can be inconsistent, so I would love to see it go on a streak and just appear unbeatable for a while. Jumping into chat, Gemini says, it's so BS that Paulo Vito Damaderosa won the Pro Tour. How lucky can someone get? Man, that's the difference. But did you notice? I mean, he got lucky, and people against him made little mistakes, and that's all he needed to take it, I think. And as far as I could tell, he didn't make any big mistakes, as far as I can tell. So, you gotta get lucky, and sometimes, yes, you need your opponents to make mistakes. I've been there. My opponents have made mistakes against me that I've capitalized on in duels tournaments that I've put on this channel. So it's not unheard of. We don't have anything to go with Deep Fiend. We have 2 lands, basically, going up to 3 if we can peel another land. And we've got a redraw in combustion. I'll try it. What about Dark Intimations for a good mid-game bomb? Why do you consider Dark Intimations a bomb? What would I get back? I have no planeswalkers to recur, so that doesn't quite work. Making the opponent sacrifice a creature, don't really think that is a bomb status type play. Our opponent left the game. Let's just go get another one. They discard a card, we draw a card. Okay. No, Dark Intimations is certainly not the card you're looking for. There are times when you're just like, oh, all they have is a planeswalker, and it's a great play. But it's still 5 mana. This deck also isn't always designed to be doing things at 5 mana. Sometimes it wins a lot faster. Mortivore says, replaced by AI. This looks like iOS. For those who don't know, on iOS there is a contagion in this game of people who close their internet connection or put their iPad on airplane mode and then disconnect from the game, and then they play the game out against the AI, but they get the gold rewards as if they played a human. So it's not uncommon on iOS to, it's like we both connect to the game, we take our mulligans, and then you just sit there and wait while the opponent disconnects, and then you get the AI, and they can't crew a vehicle or they can't use a planeswalker, and then you really don't know if you should have won that game or not. This hand is something. If we draw a blue source, we can thopterist. 2 intruders isn't bad either. Let's see what happens. Drew a blue source. Excellent. All right. I'm gonna have there's some interesting choices though, because we could also run out the intruder and then play a harvester, but I don't think that's nearly as good. I think an early thopterist is the good stuff, especially our opponent's showing us black-red. That's usually a spot removal type of, oof. Well, that always makes me want to change my mind, but nope. Still the schematic. See if our token lives. Very, very curious right now what kind of deck we're up against and how to pressure it. We have just like 5 different forms of pressure in our hand. So sequencing them right is gonna be tricky. And the odds are we won't do it right because we won't know. It's hard to know. All right. Trial of ambition on the token. Well, I already feel like I'm doing something good, and that implies to me my opponent is not ready with a sweeper. So likely what we'll do is put down, well, now we just want to get as many artifacts onto the battlefield as we can, but we'll get harvester down here. That brings us up to 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes 9. So we'll need one more artifact that can just chill on the battlefield. And then we can serve up a 10-10, although that's not very good against Trial of Ambition type shenanigans. Maybe we can get our thopters online first and make them answer those. Our opponent shows us a extra color. And a Heliod's Pilgrim cartouche. Is it a cartouche deck? It is. Cartouche Zeal. He can play that and attack this turn. Get back his trial. Unfortunately, the trials, being sorcery speed as they are enchantments without flash, are not that good against vehicles. Just the nature of that beast. That said, we got to be careful about when to play our intruder. Hence we get it sacrificed. Servo schematic is a neat little trial covering thing. This is fine though. I don't mind sacking you to a trial. Although it makes me want to play my heart. I really wish I did have one more land. We can also play you, but then we don't attack with our harvester this turn because we have to tap it. So it's either attack with a harvester or get a wide board. So that means the question is, am I in a race? I don't believe I'm in a race. I think my opponent is a value deck, but I don't think I have to be in a hurry to beat it. So we'll go with the thopterist. The 10-10 does have recursion, but yeah, we have to sack artifacts to do it. Fortunately, we have a lot of artifacts in our deck. Makes his Trial of Ambition look a little funky. I wonder if I'm supposed to sack the thopterist to the trial. Ooh, the Gifted Aetherborn. So this is gonna get interesting. There's the trial. I think I'll rely on Harvester to gain me some life and just give up on doing things on the ground now that I see that Gifted Aetherborn. Plus, a creature in the graveyard can be scrounged later. So he wants to attack me, that's fine. there's an island. That is a welcome draw. So now we can... I want to play my heart. And I think I want to play an intruder. Yeah, that seems good. I don't think there are really any decisions to make except for maybe a shock. So... get the harvester moving. I don't plan to... I could hold this back. I guess that makes my opponent figure out how to attack through it, and I do want to know what they do. I want the information. So I'm going to hold the intruder back. I give up 1 damage to do it, but I do want to know how my opponent's going to handle it. And I'll use the lifelink, because it feels like we're in a soft race. Neither deck is quite exploding into battle, but that life may come up. And let's put the heart down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can pay 4 for a colossus next turn if we want to. But it is not as good against a gifted Aetherborn for reals. So we need to draw an unlicensed disintegration. We could also draw Chandra's ignition. That would make colossus much more appealing. Obvious. Greetings. Tizzer. Can I call it Tizzer? TZZR. I do what I can with these names. Bloodhall Priest. No trigger. Double attack. Let's see. What could go wrong? I suppose I don't want to sack my schematic because of the colossus. So better to just take the 4. Alright. Opponent has a 4/4. We've got an extra land. Colossus is all lit up like a Christmas tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 mana left over. No real use for it. Could also sandbag Colossus, but that feels silly. I mean, we did come here to play this card. But, yeah, let's just get it going. And then I think we want to dial up some pressure. Give up a big attack, but we can gain lifelink, so that's fine. That turns off unlicensed disintegration, though. Am I okay with that? 6, 7, 8. How could he kill me? I guess I should just make sure I don't die, right? Yeah, okay. Should just make sure I don't freaking die. I do want to save the energy though, just in case. So I'll just save some blockers. Is that too conservative? Nah, I don't think so. I just want to make sure I untap. If I untap with an active 10/10, I'll feel a lot better. Then we can just start going gangbusters in the air. I want to make sure my opponent can't deal. And yeah, they don't want to... Oh, do you? You want to attack with that? Okay. I'm not going to block it, obviously. But that means I get to turn around and attack with mine. My 10/10. I thought it would hold back for that reason. Let's see if that's a mistake. Another land. So I can play these. I can crew these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's taking 9 and blocking. He has to block both of these, so I can sack the schematic, kill that. I guess he might power up the vent. Dead, though. Yeah, I can push lethal. Of course, our opponent has a lot of untapped mana. A lot of untapped mana. think what I want to do is just get in with Heart and Colossus. I think the rest can play D. Maybe I can throw the intruder in there? Yeah, because I'm going to cast the other one. So I'll leave back the tokens. I'm going to finish this game. Rusty Wheel's tired of waiting for me, but I need some practice playing this deck and finding the end game. AI finds some blocks he likes. So we'll go back this. Shambling vent for no reason. Thank you, AI. Well, that makes my practice feel good. Shambling vent twice for no reason. Thank you, AI. Good to know that the AI doesn't have anything to do, potentially. Okay, we'll sack you. I don't want to commit my last energy to getting back the scrounger. I'll just save that play for a rainy day. Intruder. And mountain. Your move, AI. Heliod's Pilgrim, do we have a suppression bonds in the house? That actually wouldn't save him, as we'd just get our Colossus back by sacrificing it to Intruder. Cartouche's Solidarity. Alright. Uh-huh. First strike on Death Touch is pretty handy. Yeah, just take that. No big deal. Could have also prevented the life gain by putting a thopter in front of it and then sacrificing the thopter. But I don't think it's necessary. I obviously should have accepted this concession. The AI is on a thinking streak. Let's put it that way. All right. Well, we'll play the copter. See if we can get lethal here with an attack that requires a lot of attention. Just need to tap a 1/1 for this, so we'll tap you. Power up that vent. We know they drew the Pilgrim and the Cartouche, so they didn't have a removal spell last time. They won't have one this time, unless the AI is completely crazy. They left an Intruder unblocked, so we should be able to go off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 4 artifacts. No problem, I think. Seven, 8 plus 7 is 15, so we'll get back Scrounger with the energy that we saved and the thopterist we sacrificed a long time ago. Hallelujah. And now we'll see the AI cast Murder for sure. But nope, not this time. Woo! All right. The metal. A victory. We have some, let's see. We have a challenge from a viewer. Hopefully they don't snipe Reno. Obviously they know about the stream and could snipe Reno, but we're trusting that they don't. And hopefully it doesn't just screwball Quest for the Best, or this will be a one and done viewer challenge in the Quest for the Best series. But we'll see what happens. Alright, so Peter Timbs is the person wanting to challenge us to a duel. This hand needs a land really bad. But I guess Key might be able to get there. Maybe I'm being too optimistic. I think I can keep it though. Got a lot of cantrips. We'll see. Yonder, all you have to do is give me $10 and I'll change the name again. So, just as soon as you get that money going. Alright, yeah, we'll get to work here. Opponent showing us some elves. Hopefully Harvester is helpful in keeping us from just dying. Hopefully Reclamation Sage isn't a total beating. If they're playing all the anti-artifact cards in the game, I'm gonna know that this was a setup. Yep, each of you with great ideas for names for the channel, just send me $10 each. That's all you gotta do. I don't guarantee how long I will keep the name. Get busy, Scroungy. Get busy. Blue mana would be nice. Won't be missing it sorely until next turn. Let's see what happens. A little bit of a bipolar green deck going on as we have Jotty and Renegade. Very curious to see if we get Reclamation Sage to this turn. Pilgrimage, so some kind of a ramp thing. Could get interesting, probably not a lot of interaction with our strategy. So if we can go off and do our big Colossus stuff, we should be okay. That's a good draw. All right. Let's harvest. Going up top. Saving the energy, though. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, as long as our artifacts live, we can unblockable 10-10. It's faster than you think. It's a turn 5 10-10. That like beats a Gear Hulk. Holy cow. Yeah, Fear the Reclamation Sage. Fear the Reclamation Sage. Destroys a Reclamation Sage destroys target artifact or enchantment. We've got some artifacts I don't want to see destroyed. Yep. Doing all the ramp, so we've also got to watch out for that Ulamog, but I can't wait for Ulamog to come down, because then we're behind in the race. I just have to outrace Ulamog. And hope he just doesn't raw dog draw his one of Ulamog. Not using the key here because we're going to play the Colossus. Maybe now I will. Yeah, I'm going to discard this mountain. Alright, so air raid or what? I want to tap both of my... Is there any cost to tapping both of these and getting it in the air? You could say blocking with the Jati is fine, but so is not. I think I'd prefer the damage. I don't know. If he's giving him the option, gives him an option. All right. I'm going to hold this and discard it to the key to try to give myself another draw for an island. There's the sage. He better have just drawn it. I feel sandbagged. I absolutely feel sandbagged. But I guess he knows everything about my deck. That's why I honestly, guys, that's why I honestly don't want to do too many challenges like this against people I know for Quest for the Best. Because no matter what they do, I'm going to feel weird. Either they sniped me or they knew what deck I was playing. It's not right. Goes for key to the city. So probably has Ulamog, as we see yet another ramp spell. Or at least he's not worried about the Colossus at this time. Looting. And we don't want to lose our Colossus to the renegade either, so got to keep it in the air. There's a blue. Overdue. Ulamog, Ulamog, are you Ulamog? If you are Ulamog, I might be dead. Okay, Nissa. Meh. That don't impress me much. Will block. There's no way that I'm gonna get through on the ground anytime soon. Ooh, okay. Fog, I guess. Oh man. Well, now I have options. If I block the renegade, but if he's attacking with it anyway, then I get to attack with my guy anyway. Maybe I'm not supposed to block at all. Primal Bellow, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and 10, and 11. So plus 11. So I can let the Wreck Sage through. I can't let the 5/5 through. 11. I guess I can let both of those through. So I'm just going to block the 5/5. And you're pausing me. Are you pausing me? He must have it. He didn't know I was pausing to think. Okay, if I draw a removal spell... I mean, unless it's fog, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Come on down. Come along with me. So the real question is, how many blockers do I have to leave back? 1, 2, 3. Because if it is a Primal Bellow, I guess I can kill the Nissa. Throw that as face. How many blockers do I need? Block, block. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'll get the Nissa off the table, as that can recur something and keep the threats coming. I'll also gain the life with the harvester. And just hope it isn't fog, but I'll leave 2 blockers back so that I don't die to bellow fog. Decent. Life. There we go. There's the bellow. Yep, so our opponent's bailed out on the plan, but that's okay. Okay. So what's the cost of you right now? Non-creature. So right now these are creatures. So right now it would be too expensive. So I just have to play you. And here we go. Oh, veggies off the top. Wow. Lots of ramp spells. The only payoff being that primal bellow. And here comes the 1/1 death touch. That's fine. No reason to sack on end step. Unless I wanted the servo to not have summoning sickness, but that's fine too. All right, so we're going to crew some things. Then we're going to sack you and you. Make another 1/1. Colossus isn't going to be coming back down this turn, but against a Death Toucher without a way to make it unblockable, that's okay. We'll just focus on our air raid game. So how many creatures do we need to block his so I don't die to bellow? I think I go up to 19 here, and I think my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 4, 5, 6, so 13. So I can get myself out of bellow range with the harvester if I'm doing my math right. So yeah, we'll just go for max air power. Get him really low. And hopefully we'll draw an unlicensed disintegration and put this away. Or a Chandra's ignition. Implement combustion. Okay. Implement number 2. Okay. Get 2 more draws here. It's a nifty little trick. But I think we're still 1 short. Yeah, still 1 short. But we still can get 2 draws at an unlicensed disintegration. By getting back the Colossus. And we haven't drawn one yet in these videos, so here we go. 1, 2, brick. Alright, so be it. Arg! That was rough. Okay, Visionary. What can Visionary chain into? Ulamog? Doesn't do it. What does it? Wall the Hydra? That doesn't do it. It's just too tall of an order. We had to go with the... Maybe we're running the Primal Bellow, Rishkar's Expertise, Monstrous Onslaught combo. But could be a fog involved here. Opponent's going to send in the Rex Sage. And here comes the pilgrimage. Okay, more ramp. Jeez, oh Pete's. Our opponent ramp flooded. Feel kind of bad because I've been there before. I know how that feels. Let's check for fog. Or an instant speed, like natural connection would be awkward. Gaining 1 life with the Jotty, but didn't find it. There we go. Oblivion Sower. Who knows what could have come out of an Oblivion Sower? All right, so good game's opponent. The Rex Sage on the key to the city is probably a good call, since I can just get the Colossus back and he had the Death Touch creature. It's actually probably the very smart call. I like that. The more I think about that, the more I'm like, that's probably not a play everybody would make, but it's a good one. What I'm very unsure about, though, is the 1/1 Death Touch in that deck. Doesn't seem like the right place for that card. I mean, maybe he's just trying to play defensive spells early, but there's probably something better that could be done. This hand is weird, but we have all our colors. I don't know if this does enough. It's a tough call. I'm going to try it. Why not? We only, YOLO. He has Walking Ballista in the deck. He sent me a message saying, GG, I need to draw a Walking Ballista. Yep. Yeah. That would be a real pain. That would be a big pain. And I needed to draw Chandra's Ignition. All right. Up against a forest. Another key. Well, let's get the intruder down. Start chipping away. Though I'd prefer to draw some servo schematics and such. As he doesn't have his usual helping of food, this ravenous intruder. Green-white. Duskwatch. Gotcha. Well, we can D up again. We can basically keep that from attacking. Ravenous does make a good wall. And we can play you. And we can play you. So, renegade maps, they're decent. Decent enough sacrifice fodder to hold back creatures. Let's see what our opponent has. If it's a green-white human deck, a werewolf deck, a good stuff deck. Duskwatch could be a few things. Could be Gemini Bant, as I don't know anybody else who plays that deck. Alright, we're going to end step. I'm gonna see. I am gonna use the key. Not a big fan of my hand yet. And our opponent's gonna flip. I guess that's I can't interact right now anyway. I could double spell, but not now that I'm drawing cards. And more land. Pretty floody, but okay. We'll figure it out. I still have plenty to sacrifice to D up on that critter. Bold. So, Heron's Grace Champion doesn't pump it. But And I really don't want to sack my artifacts at this time. So I'm just going to take this 3. I need to fix my darn hand and find some things I want to sacrifice. Also, I think I'm just drawing live to... If I had one more artifact, I'd be drawing live to their dead from Chandra's ignition. Now it's looking green, white, human-esque. And pass. Let's... Do I hang on to these artifacts because I might be able to combo off? I think I'll just loot one time. I was thinking about using the renegade map to fetch a land and then discard it and loot twice, but I think I'll just do one. Arctic cure and implement a combustion. Getting real. Thinking. Implement art. It's getting real. it's all getting real. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chandra's ignition off the top is the GG's. Does the opponent dare step to this? If they attack here, that's pretty bold, and we're definitely talking about some kind of a pump spell. Okay. I mean, I think I can blow up anything he throws at me, and the only reason not to would be to try to draw Chandra's ignition off the top. And I don't think that's necessary. Nom. Okay. Well, maybe they missed that. I don't want to hang on to this. It's not the card I need right now. Okay, come on now. Come on, deck. How about some unlicensed disintegrations? We still haven't seen that card. Guess that's okay. Leaves me open to just about anything. Yeah, thopterist is good, because now we can use these to cast him. What else can we do? We can, 1, 2, 3, play caravan. We can go fetch a land, and then we can play thopterist off of heart and key. Is that better than other things I could be doing? Still have intruder open. Heart would be tapped. I could jam for heart this turn. I could just play this off of key and have this in my hand. Really want it on the battlefield, though. Do I want it on the battlefield that bad? I think I do. Give up 4 damage. Yeah. Yeah, because I just want to keep drawing cards with these keys next turn. Black, blue, black, blue. Get another blue. Elder Deep Fiend. You're somewhere in there, right? Here we go. This is one of those fun, complicated turns that only seems to happen with this deck. Improvise! The forgotten mechanic! That sounds like a really bad Jason Statham movie, The Forgotten Mechanic. I don't know why it wants to have some kind of an accent either. Just forgive me. It's all good. Yep, we'll stay D'd up. No need to chip shot. Oh, I love that turn. That was the turn we needed. Get all up on this board. The opponent has plenty of value, plenty of lands. Let's see what they can do with it. I'm going to play a life crafter. Things we can expect out of the human deck. Heron's Grace Champion is the one I'm going to be watching for the most. +1/+1 to the team, flash, and lifelink. But we can start attacking the air. Opponent keeping up Avacyn mana. Not pretty inconspicuously. Pretty clear what might happen with that. So it might be time to start using our keys aggressively. So time to think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We close in on doing the 20. Do I have any creatures in my yard? Not yet, but I'm sure I can get some there. So if he plays Avacyn, he has to do it pre-combat. So I just have to make sure I'm ready. Yeah, I just have to make sure that I'm ready to discard something to the key. So I just have to attack with flyers. And I guess what I want to discard to the key is a scrounger. All right. So we will crew off you and you. I could attack with the Thopter too, just to make sure, but no. If it's a Blessed Alliance, I'll lose the heart. Not the end of the world. But this chip shot puts him in range of Ravenous Intruder if it goes through, and it looks like it's going to. All right, and now what? Now what? Did we miss our window? No, we're second clues. Okay. Caravans in. Scrounger in. Threatening lethal on table. Your turn. This deck is a puzzle, man. Thank you for the compliment on the precise play from Jackson. I appreciate it. I don't even know if I'm doing everything right. This deck is like Magic the Puzzling every big turn when it has a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's easy mode, like, oh, Chandra's Ignition, I win. And then other times it's like, how the heck do I get my intruder to do this? Here comes an attack. At 17, this is probably that Heron's Grace Champion. So, I want to deny as much life gain as possible, so I should block. I guess I should make him spend mana. So we should power you up. Power you up off Scrounger, because that can't block otherwise. We'll put the Intruder in front of the Life Crafter, the Thopter in front of the Tracker. I said the Intruder in front of the Life Crafter. And there we go. So that plays around the champion pretty well. But is it Avacyn? It's Avacyn. All right. So all I'm going to lose here is my Thopter. Right? He's going to flip Gideon. I guess that's the payoff. But then you're dead. Unless you have to make Gideon. He has to make Gideon force the Intruder to attack Gideon. If he does that, then I can't kill him with the Intruder. And the play is... most people go for the Indestructible. Let's see if my opponent finds the line. But he did have Avacyn last turn. Did have Avacyn. Joey, to be honest, you missed a fair bit. We've done some work. We retired a deck. Green-Red Ramp fell to its death, while Oketra's Monument got to 10-1, so it's at level 2. So, missed some things. So, do I go for the lethals? I don't think I came this far to not go for the lethals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Did I... oh, I lost a Thopter in that exchange. Son of a bitch. I have 2 keys, but I only have 1 card. Do I have a way to kill my creature and get it back? No. An intruder can't sacrifice to itself. Son of a biscuit. What did I do? Why did I make such a mistake? If only I had held back the thopterist to block with. Alright. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can do it. I can do it. I can discard this card into my graveyard. Okay. So, there. You. Alright, it's going to be a race now. I had a creature in my hand. I had it the whole time. I had a creature in my hand the whole time. Race against time. Race against time. Alright, we have to make sure that we get into our attack step. I'm going to have to do the rest through pausing. Fog, do you got my number? Fog, will you kill me? I didn't learn that in chat. If anybody shouted that out in chat, you get a gold star, because I wasn't looking at chat. I didn't look at chat at all to find it, but if you are in chat and you said discard the intruder, get back the scrounger, you get the gold star. Ugh. Gemini called for crew. I don't understand why he would call for crew. I mean, I could have crewed, but I was going to sacrifice them, and they weren't going to be unblockable vehicles, so there was no reason to crew. And I didn't have the time. Like, if I had been trying to crew, I probably would have run out of time. So am I missing something, Gem? Can you explain more? Nobody said discard. Oh, he says never mind. Okay, so it was something else. He was looking at a different line. Okay. He even had the facepalm expression. I thought I did something wrong. And I almost did something wrong. I didn't see it till the very last second. Like, that was an 11th hour comboing. We were a little lag spike away from sadness. For reals. I think we've got the same opponent. Oof, this is rough, but... And they left, yeah. It's the same opponent, so we'll just go find another. We're at 3-0. 3 and the O. With the metal. Punk Rock tried to kill the metal, but the metal was too strong. Duffman thought that the timer was going to beat me for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I did too. I thought if I didn't time out before my attack, I would pause out during the attack if I tried to pause too many times. But yeah, we were a little bit of lag away from a sad finish. The saddest of finishes. It says, as fun as okay this deck is, no way it's consistent enough to win the quest. Well, hey, that's why we have the quest. Some people might want to root for this deck. It's like our little underdog. Anybody out there anybody who's watched me for a few months, if you have an opinion, who do you think is going to win? If you need to know what decks are in Quest for the Best, the news feed below, like in the channel feed, I guess we call it, has a long string of deck lists and records, and everything that still has 0 or 1 losses remains qualified. So if any of you have a pick for who will win Quest for the Best, I want to know your picks. Our first pick is in. It is, they say, Mardu again. Yep. Nice magma spray, bro. I have plenty of land, so that's an automatic. But if they have another removal spell, then I guess that's fine. We traded our renegade map for one of their removal spells. But this deep fiend is not going to be good if we don't draw. Yeah, okay. It's like that, y'all. Double up. Double spell me. Deep fiend's not going to be good if we don't draw a whirler. Ah, Maverick Thopterist. That's the card. It's a beautiful life that I live, everybody. It's a beautiful life. We have Grixis Control, which I believe got eliminated. I'm pretty sure that Grixis Control got eliminated there, Taysir, and maybe that's why it's a joke. Anybody else want to pick Grixis Control? If you like Grixis Control, your horse is definitely Jeskai Control or Blue-Red Control. Those are both. All right. Paranoid about a counterspell. Counterspell would be sad, but I don't think doing nothing's acceptable. Although I guess I could wait till next turn. If I wait till next turn, I can mess up their Glimmer turn. But if there is no counterspell, I'm in great shape. Oof. So rough. Do we wait or do we play? I'll wait. I'll wait to mess up their Glimmer turn if it's a blue-red. Like, because the worst case scenario is this is a very traditional blue-red control deck. So I would be best off messing up the turn they want to Glimmer. It at least makes them wait another turn and use their mana again. Now I've got to decide if I want to play around Censor. May as well. Can I play around like Spell Shovel or anything else? Not really. Now I can go 1, 2, 3. If I play Caravan, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if Caravan doesn't resolve, I can't play Thopterist. But I think I want to try the Caravan. And if that's going to get countered, that's better than the Thopterist getting countered. What you got? Okay, sweet. They tapped out for the analysis. So that's pretty much exactly what we wanted. And they're going to concede there. I'm going to play that out, though, for sure. Elves has got a vote. Is it Thopters is my guilty pleasure, so I'd like to see it win. Nighthawk's Mastery will go on a 30-game win streak. Those are some excellent predictions. Those are some excellent predictions. How about decks that need to be in Quest for the Best? Because I'm sure you guys have some opinions there, right? Do you have some decks to tell me about that need to be in our Quest for the Best series? I want to know. I'm gonna highlight my tokens, power up my Caravan, send in the team. Sweet. Play the schematic. Pass turn, draw more cards. Yep, draw more cards. Good old blue-red. Opponent is at 12. I'm waiting for a sweeper, some kind of removal spell. Go into a second main. Clutch of the Currents. Yeah, okay. Fine by moi. So how much damage can I do? I can do 10. If I draw anything that can crew, I can win the game. Or if I draw an intruder, I can sacrifice these and win the game. So, we'll try. Why not? Wish I had some key to the cities to tap. I'll check on those votes in just a second once I finish this game. Ooh, doggy. That can crew. That can crew. That can crew, Jake. That can crew. All right. All right. Smashings and crashings. 5-0. Or no, 4-0. 4-0. Chickens before they hatch. That's a curse. All right, so what's in here? Red, white humans. We played red, white humans. You can find that on my YouTube channel or in the highlights. Unless that was a vote for what will win. 5-color mono green, fog, super friends. I might do 5-color green, but I doubt I'll have fog in it. Just gonna give you a heads up. Maybe. Black-white control. Okay, so my experience with black-white control, I thought pretty hard about playing that deck. I think it's just really bad. So I can't really go there. I can't try every color in a control way. And I have messed around with that deck quite a bit. I really have. If you have some list you are dead certain about, you're welcome to send it to me. Mono black, if you're talking about zombies is one of the leaders right now, Roachman. If you're talking about not zombies, I hate that other deck. I built an early version of it, but I have found it to be mopey and lose to everything. And that's the one with like scrapheap scroungers, vehicles, despoiler of souls, gifted aetherborn, things like that. I found that deck to be unbearably bad. Maybe not bad, unbearably mediocre. Colossus driving a caravan, pretty great. We have some votes for Abzan. I have an Abzan deck I definitely want to get in. You didn't play spirits, did you? I have a spirit deck I want to get in. So, all right. Yeah, you guys are reading my mail on some of these, but that's reminding me to keep them in the running. Sometimes I have deck ideas, and then I'm like, do I want to take this out to the world? And I brew on it, and maybe I play a few games, and then I'm like, no, this is garbage, and I leave it behind. Is this the hand that gets us to a 5-0? Sure feels like it. Do I want to put down my intruder right here? I hate Fatal Push so much. So I think what I'm going to do is scrap and see if we can draw some removal. See if we can draw some fire. Flicker, yes. I have what I think is a flicker deck that is both fun and strong. It's a tribal flicker deck. You'll see. And here comes a Call of the Bloodline. Well, we are getting funky up here. It's time to get funky, 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 funky. All right. Let's go get blue in case we draw that Maverick Thopterist. I'm pretty sure I put Unlicensed Disintegration in this deck. I'm starting to have my doubts again. All right, Ravenous Intruder. Coming down, yes. Bomat Courier coming down, yes. This is the aggro start. Of course, the aggro start should have had turn 1 Bomat. Is blue-white control viable? It is. I have one of those decks I'd consider playing. My biggest tear right now is what control decks to play because they're very similar. My blue-white control deck is very similar to my Esper control deck. So it's like, which one do you play? Do you play both? I could do both. Same thing with my Jund deck and my Abzan deck. They're very similar. So that's going to be one of the tough parts as we come down the stretch. Although for now, and I've been saying it for a while, but for now we have infinite time. So it's not that big of a deal. But someday that won't be the case. There's an implement. Attack with bomat and sack it, or we can discard to it and make it unblockable. I think I like that the most. And that builds up our bomat courier, so that's what I'm going to do. We also have a discard-based black-red aggro deck, which is a pretty significant part of the meta that I haven't played yet. And let's get in there. Again, you haven't seen me do this much attacking with this deck, have you? Haven't seen Chandra's Ignition either. So much undone, and yet we're at 4-0. Last game, you got to see the Deep Fiend shenanigans. I thought about running Kozilek's Return just because of the Deep Fiends. I eventually decided, nah. Alright, gonna take it, that's fine. I don't need to sacrifice this implement yet. And I want to keep the option to sack this courier open if it gets targeted by removal to get the 2 cards. That's why I'm not like paying to sack this either. Could have sacked it to intruder there though. Would kind of be a similar effect, but I don't want to draw the card because I might want to sack this courier. Hope that all made sense. Here comes a Plague Belcher. Could have attacked with that before making it an 0-1, but maybe he plans to block with it. And on end step, I can draw the card. I can pay 2 to draw the cards. Or I can leave it on the battlefield. I think I'll just leave it. And with that trigger on the stack, maybe this is when I sack my bomat for 2 cards. Nah. Let's sit. Our opponent hasn't killed it. We may be able to get extra greedy. Do I get rid of the blue or the black? How about I pay both blue and black and leave the Aether Hub up? That'll make sure I don't get screwed out of color. Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Opponent's dead. Alright. Yay! Let's it's been a while since I've had an Antuco Husk style murdering. There's the unlicensed. Let's see if we can get away with. If we draw another land, we can't now. Come on. Why does it keep highlighting the bomat courier? There we go. I'm just gonna sack this thing now before it freezes me up or something. Who needs fling? Woo! 5-0 for the metal. Yes! Did you decide whether or not you wanted to try ally is a question from Shard. I decided not, but I'm not going to lie to you. I built a 5-color ally deck. I tried. It lasted about half an hour of attempt, and I will never get that half hour back. Did Rakdos Vampires get a run? Call it an homage to Akeem. It might. I don't believe in strict vampire tribal anymore. I like the vampires combining with the madness type effects. So that's still to come. I don't remember all the things that have attempted the quest already, but here's some fun ones. Green Blue Emerge. We did a T merge. I'm going to stick